After hearing Ryu's command, all the players immediately hid their weapons and panicked in a state of fear. They started running away from Ryu as if their lives depended on it. Meanwhile, Youngman was simply a mave. He couldn't help but marvel at how just a single word from Ryu could send all the players into a state of terror, causing them to flee like frightened rats. Youngman started laughing and gave Ryu a knowing look, realizing that when he used to be Ryu's enemy, he had also witnessed just how terrifying Ryu could be. Now, he felt safe with Ryu on his side. As Ryu observed the players battling the Wolfmen, he couldn't help but smile to himself. He thought that now that he had everything he wanted, he could finally begin his grand plan. Ryu called Youngman over, and Youngman happily approached him, addressing him as Sir. Ryu spoke in a deep voice and made a serious request. He asked Youngman to use all his 10 authorities to break the purple relic that all the players were protecting. Youngman was shocked by this command. He remembered that the angel had instructed them to protect the relic at all costs, and failure to do so would result in a heavy penalty. Youngman was frustrated and puzzled, wondering why Ryu was ordering him to break the relic. Using all his 10 authorities would also mean he couldn't control Aren and engage in any lewd activities with her. Youngman hesitated, scratching his head, as he asked Ryu why he had to break the relic. Ryu's response was stern, telling Youngman to shut up and obey his orders. Youngman then made a request, asking if he could please use only 9 of his authorities and save 1, as he had other plans for it. But Ryu replied in a cold tone, making it clear that he wouldn't repeat himself and that Youngman had to do as he was told to if he don't want to die. With a sad expression, Youngman agreed and assured Ryu that he understood. Then Ryu dropped yet another bombshell, revealing that he would now dictate whom Youngman had to use the authority skill on. As Ryu began reciting the names, Youngman realized that these were all the names of his friends. He couldn't help but wonder why all of his friends were on the list of people he had to use his command skill on. Youngman apologized to his friends, explaining that he couldn't deny Ryu's command. He used his authority skill, uttering his friends' names one by one. A strange purple symbol appeared on the heads of his friends, and they started to get mind-controlled. With the final command, break the relic, they succumbed to the mind control. Suddenly, a system notification appeared in front of all the players, stating that the relic was being attacked. Shocked and panicked, the players turned toward the relic and saw 10 people breaking it. In a state of panic, they rushed toward them to stop the destruction. Some players managed to trap a few of the culprits, while others were killed in the chaos. However, before the players could take further action, a crack formed in the crystal, and with a resounding crash, it shattered into small pieces. A massive system window appeared, announcing that the relic had been broken and that they had failed the main quest. As a penalty, the agent of divine punishment would be summoned, attempting to kill everyone for 30 minutes. After that, the round would be over. A sense of horror and panic enveloped the area as players grappled with the gravity of the situation. They questioned who this divine punisher was and what they should do next. Meanwhile, Ryu stood holding his black scythe with a slight smile, confident that everything was going according to his plan. A system window appeared in front of everyone, announcing that a sub-quest would begin, and upon completing it, all players would receive 3,000 gold. As players contemplated this offer, they realized that getting 3,000 gold for surviving the 30-minute punishment was a better deal than the 2,000 gold they were receiving for protecting the relic. This realization led to some optimism among the players. However, Ryu noticed the naive players getting happy and started thinking that the larger reward indicated a more significant threat was coming to attack them. He also considered the reason he didn't break the relic himself, but before he could finish his thoughts, a big system notification appeared in the sky, stating that the 10 players who attacked the relic would receive a substantial penalty, which was a 50% reduction in all stats for those players. Hearing this, Youngman's friends were left speechless. Some felt depressed, while others were angry, and they started cursing Youngman, blaming him for their predicament. Youngman could only reply with a simple sorry.